ये सेमेस्टर में मैंने पूरा लाइक किया है। ये सेमेस्टर के only paragraphs cut हुए भाई। Sound machine working। अभी मत मार कर उल्टा सीधा कर दिया होगा। आंसर दिखा दे। सेकंड पेज। फर्स्ट पेज। वो तो हो गया, वर्क एनर्जी कोर्स भी हो गया, मशीन भी हो गया, मेरा एक ही बात है। बट अगर लोग एक बार ऐड करें तो वो भी बढ़ता है। हमारी मैम पूरा ही एब्सेंट है, मैम मुझे लाइन
तुम्हारे स्कूल में कितने टीचर्स एब्सेंट रहते हैं?
मैम
किसी ने बोला हमारे टीचर एब्सेंट ही है।
ऑलमोस्ट हाफ ऑफ द टीचर्स वर एब्सेंट।
हमारे टीचर्स 3 पीरियड में पीरियड है।
ये मैं तो पूरा और आगे ले गया।
तू किसमें है? हां अच्छा हां करता
सभी हम लोग अभी
तो वाले तो मैं करता पता है क्यों सिखा रहे हैं वो कि देखो पता है तो वही कर रहे हैं।
मैडम पता है पूरा दिमाग खराब हो गया कर बोलो कुछ वेरी डिफिकल्ट।
So today you sit here only, yeah?
परमानेंट अभी तो इधर आ रहा है।
तन्मय को आने दे ना।
तन्मय आएगा तो क्या?
तन्मय इसका पता नहीं। हमें क्या बैकबोर्ड?
I'm done now. We are finished.
We'll do the next chapter and some questions and one question I'll dictate from previous one. But that will be
exclusive powers बाकी है।
नहीं
वही हुआ exclusive powers बाकी है। हाँ exclusive है ना वही है ना ये सब exclusive powers और राज्य का क्या सब वो
हो गया ना
नहीं हुआ
summary type of chapter.
Exactly. That exclusive powers is basically the summary of what we have done. So
आपका हो गया मैम वो अभी ये संडे को टेस्ट उसमें सब कट वाला नहीं आएगा ना
हमें तो फिजिक्स में लिटरली 9 मार्क नहीं आए थे सिलेबस में खाली
अपना 11 मार्क नहीं आए थे 9 मार्क का पेपर बना हां
नहीं you tell them beforehand no because the papers are already made so
हम दे फुल कॉन्फिडेंटली पुट मैसेज की सिलेबस के अकॉर्डिंग है क्वेश्चन पेपर लिस्ट पे सब समझ आता नहीं
हमने थोड़ा सा फिजिक्स के टाइम पे
हां वही वो ग्रुप में आता है
नहीं सुना
पढ़ना है कि नहीं पढ़ना
मैच नहीं पढ़ना
नहीं मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा हमको सैटरडे को नहीं है नहीं है
सेमेस्टर वाले में क्या बात कर रही है अभी ग्रुप का मैच का टेस्ट नहीं था अभी तक
हां वो इसलिए ही है
आप ग्रुप का मैच में फर्स्ट है ना चैलेंज नहीं आ रहा मेरी तो भाई खुला है मैं ज्योग्राफी से डरता हूं हां थोड़ा सा नहीं होमवर्क मांगते ना उसे कुछ नहीं किया
सो उसको मैंने पूछा तो मैंने आया हो गया नहीं खत्म हुआ है
okay you know what that exclusive powers no उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन है because I thought we'll start सुबह मतलब आते ही तुम लोग फ्रेश है so we'll start with the new lesson and then when I'm ending this no because it's a short one उसके बाद we'll do the exclusive power वो राज्यसभा लोकसभा and union executive
मार्किंग्स के लिए चाहता थे
मार्किंग्स किए हम लोग ने
हम वही एक्चुअली पर अनवांटेड पढ़ते तो फायदा नहीं
अरे ये पोर्शन में नहीं है ना अभी क्वेश्चन
you want president You don't have. I have. You have. ये एक second lesson है. Okay? उसके बाद we'll go. Then you don't have this entire that manner of election वो सब नहीं है. Reason for indirect election.
Reason for indirect election. नहीं है.
पूरा
election नहीं है.
Emergency powers में सिर्फ circumstances है. Come to page 1. मेरे इसमें 184. I don't know. बाकी सब कुछ है ये बीच वाला. Emergency powers. Emergency powers में you only have the circumstances. National emergency जो heading है ना उसके ऊपर सिर्फ ये circumstances है बाकी का नहीं कुछ नहीं. हाँ so हर एक emergency power का circumstance मतलब national का circumstance है. Then ये आगे का नहीं है. Then breakdown of constitutional machinery का circumstances है आगे का नहीं है.
Financial emergency का
circumstances है बाकी और फिर vice versa
पूरा है. हाँ ये भी छोटा ही है.
Yeah, this lesson is very small.
This is more interrelated ना.
Yeah, it is interrelated. हाँ qualifications तो है. Qualifications is very easy. सबका same ही qualification है basically. कौन सी बुक नहीं लेके आई?
हो गया.
Oh my God.
Okay. We'll start with president. See, here in India, president is the head of the state. Okay, he is considered. You can write down president. Important points. He is considered the head of the state, and he is also the supreme commander of the defense force. Do you remember your 26th January parade?
Yes, ma'am.
You all have seen. Who takes the salute of the command forces? Army, military, navy. It's the president. Okay. Now, why president? Because he is considered the supreme commander.
Is he the commander?
Sorry.
Is he the commander?
He is the supreme commander. Commander in chief is a different question. So he's the supreme commander. That means he's the head of all the three forces. Okay. So supreme commander of the defense forces. So Army, Navy, Air Force has their own commander-in-chief, own heads, and all these three heads report to the president. And he is the head of the state. That means everything that happens in India requires, it's like principle. On all your certificates, on all your mark sheets, on all your documents, you have a stamp, school stamp, and your principal's signature. Does he come and teach you? No, actually. Does he know each one of you? No. But he is the head of the institute. The same way, president is the head of the country. And therefore, every document, everything happens in his name. Everything requires his approval. Everything requires his signature. Does that mean he actually works? Does that mean he actually has a say? Does that mean he actually has opinion? No. But he is considered a constitutional head. He's the head. Okay. Now, who's our president? Ramnath Kovind. That's right. Ramnath Kovind. Okay. So remember Ramnath Kovind. Usually they do not ask. Very rarely they ask the name. Yes. He is the king, but he is the king like you can say the British name. It's not a hereditary post. Okay. He's a constitutional head. It's like the Queen, British Queen. Exactly, he's like a show. It's like British Queen. She's for show, but that post is hereditary. Does she have any powers? No. She only signs the documents that are passed by the parliament. But that post is hereditary. This post is elected. Is it elected? Like, who can be the president? Can you be the president? Can you be the president? No. Right now, no. But in future, yes. Okay. So what is the criteria? First criteria for everyone should be the citizen of India. What should be the age limit? 35. So remember, Lok Sabha 25, Rajya Sabha 30, and President is 35. Okay, so that's the easy way to go.
But almost all the presidents are elected 60%.
Yes, because they want a president to be somebody who has mature and experience, and then some great has some contributed, made something of his own. So by then,
What is
Ramnath Kovind. Yeah, Ramnath Kovind. I think he too was. He was a lawyer. He was a and he was a politician also. And he comes from UP. That's right. If you read newspapers, you will come to know that the nominations for presidential elections are on. And Farooq Abdullah had given his nomination. His name was in, and when they said that, not Farooq Abdullah, because Farooq Abdullah is needed in Kashmir. So now the nominations are in discussion. First, let's discuss the qualification. Hello, we are discussing president.
Punishment just like
I had sent him home last time. Where do you stay? Close from here?
okay.
Where do you stay? Where do you stay? Okay, fine. Do you have your notebook at least? Okay. Qualification has to be the citizen of India, has to be above 35 years of age, should be qualified for election as a member of the Lok Sabha. Okay, that means all the qualifications for the membership of Lok Sabha are applicable to him. And the most important is he should not hold any office of profit in any government office of profit. So that is one common criteria for everyone. Everyone's qualification is same. A person shall not be eligible if he holds any office of profit under the government of India.
What is
Office of profit, like he should not hold any post in the government. Like if he's working for customs, if he's working for, say, any government sector, where he is drawing salary from the government.
But he is a president. Why will he do?
No, he should not. He cannot contest the election. Even if you hold any post, so you cannot be a lawyer in government. You cannot be a judge and then go. You have to resign. You can work. You have to resign from your post job and then contest the elections. So you cannot hold a government job. Who can elect the president? Very good. It is said that there is an electoral college. It is called electoral college. Who votes? Who votes for who elects president?
The ruling parties.
Elected members of the Rajya Sabha and
Lok Sabha.
Lok Sabha elected members of the state
And yesterday,
legislatures. All
the
elected.
nominations for the president came and they said that the nominees are elected by the BJP.
Nominees are
Elected by the BJP.
Nominees are not, see, they are not elected by them. You have to just, these are only nominations. These are only nominations. Okay. Who takes part in the election? It is called electoral college. What is comprised of electoral college? Members of Lok Sabha,
State legislative.
that's right. Members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, elected members, elected members. Those 12 nominated members, they are not allowed. So elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assembly. Plus Delhi and Pondicherry. Not all union territories. Delhi and Pondicherry. Okay. So in union territories, Delhi and Pondicherry are allowed. So elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assemblies constitute this electoral college and they can vote during the presidential election. Itna samjha ab tak? These are the most important points from this lesson. He is the commander-in-chief. He is the supreme head. His qualification, 35 years of age. He should be the citizen of India. He should not hold any office of profit under the government. And he should be qualified to be elected as a member of Lok Sabha. Who can elect him? The electoral college. What comprises of electoral college? And members, not both parties, elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislatures. Now how the nominations start. The name of the president, the nomination should be proposed by 50 members of the parliament. 50 members should propose the name. And 50 members should then second the name. Second the name means they should say, yes, even we want this person as the president. Done? Recently, as I said, Farooq Abdullah, Sharad Pawar's name was in the nomination list. 2019, even recently, people were talking about Sharad Pawar, but of course, he wouldn't want. Sorry, you don't know who Sharad Pawar? You're living in Maharashtra, Mumbai. You don't know who Sharad Pawar?
All people in
What's it?
present channel.
What?
Most of the people don't know.
It's an old
old man.
अरे मतलब अगर अभी भी दिखाया जाता होगा तो मोदी को कुछ डिसीजन ले रहा है तो उसके कंसल्टेंसी के लेता है इतनी पावर इसके पास बिना कोई
Come on, in India at least you should know Sharad Pawar. That is how strong the position he holds. So,
what issue that we
okay, he has been some 4 times Chief Minister of Maharashtra. He's been the Defense Minister of India. He's sorry.
agriculture.
Yes. Then he was Agricultural Minister. So yes, they say he was responsible for Shiv Sena to be in power. So his name was also, I thought you all must know Sharad Pawar. Okay, very good. Yes. Why? You want your book?
Minister of India 3 occasions he has held posts of military, Minister of Defense and Minister of Agriculture in the government.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
He's a very well-known person.
So if, okay, let's come back to this. If anybody's name has to be proposed, then 50 members should propose the name. Okay, you have to give a written. Like if one person will propose, and you have to sign that you agree with him, and 50 people should second it. Like earlier I said Farooq Abdullah. If you don't know Sharad Pawar, I wonder if you know Farooq Abdullah. He was the chief minister.
Oh my God. So much. Oh my God. I have to.
So Farooq Abdullah was also the chief minister for many years of Kashmir. Okay, he was the chief minister of Kashmir. He had given his nomination, but did not get the proposed support. So you need 50 people to propose you. The Congress itself said that no, he's required more in Kashmir. So 50 people did not support his name.
So,
Sorry?
politics.
Of course. सब में politics रहता है. Now, so anyway, so 50 people. Remember, this is asked many times. You need to know 50 people should be. A presidential candidate will have to be proposed by 50 candidates, 50 members of electoral college. That is these people, and yes. Means one person will write and they all will sign their names, and it should be seconded by 50 more. Where were you? You all are like 20 minutes late. Sorry? Investiture practice. They have leader. You are the outgoing leader, outgoing head boy. Okay, and the new head boy will be selected. He hand over the responsibility. You have a head boy from 10th standard.
9th guys.
Earlier this number was 10. 10 people should support, 10 people should propose, 10 people should second. Now they have raised it to 60. Plus everybody who wants to, contest the election for the post of president, they also have to pay a deposit, security deposit of 15,000 rupees. Every candidate who wants to contest an election, every candidate, he has to give a security deposit. For what? No, not just president. Any candidate, even for the corporators election, if somebody wants to contest an election, he has to give the security deposit. That's the rule. So you have to have, you can't be a broke person. You have to have at least this much. And if you cannot get, you have to get some, I think 1/10 or something. You have to get a certain number of votes. If you get less than that, then your security deposit is
Loss.
the loss. The government needs, the election department needs it. So that's a very humiliating thing. So if you ever talk in future, if you read it ever in future, then you'll understand that, oh, this candidate did not even get enough votes and his security deposit got lapsed. That means he got very few. You need certain basic number of votes. So if I say, Rashi Sawant, she had contested the election. Okay, last time in and she did not get even qualifying votes, and her, forget it, not a very important person.
राखी साहब तो मुझे भी नहीं पता।
This is Rakshi Sawant.
अरे
No wonder they know.
भाई
ये सच में
कुछ भी है
ऐसे
पॉलिटिक्स में
She president.
क्या
हो जाता?
इंडिया
She had contested, she's not in politics, she had contested election.
और
Okay, and she did not even get qualifying votes, and her even security deposit got lapsed. So every person has to pay, even a president, even a person who wants to contest the presidential election. Governors, of course, even governors. So all these they have to pay the security deposit. Earlier the amount was 2,500. Now they have raised it to 15,000. Okay. Now, why should we have? See, this is an indirect election. People are not directly electing the president. It's an indirect election. Now the question is, why is the post president is elected indirectly and not directly? You understand, no, the difference between direct election and indirect election? What is the difference? What is
We elect our MLAs and it's a direct and
Okay.
so it's indirect.
So the people we elect, then elect the president. Therefore, it is indirect election. Why is there indirect election and not direct election? One reason. Prime Minister is elected directly. Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. They are directly elected. Actually, they are the most powerful. If even President's post had been a directly elected post, then he would have also become very powerful. And then there would have been two power centers of power in the country. And we did not want that. We wanted only one center of power in the union. And no. And president, they wanted the post of president to be just a, somebody who will supervise, who will not be powerful. We have
the person who supervises
president. See, president's post is very much like the Dikhava.
Sure.
Today we have the Queen of England. The Queen of England and the President of India have more or less similar functions. The only difference is hereditary, elected. India's is elected, British Queen is hereditary. No real powers, but they supervise everything. Okay. Second. Sorry. The point would be, if the president was elected directly, he could become a rival power. That is one reason for indirect election. There was a threat of becoming a rival power. Then, if another second thing is, mostly if you see today, if the parliament is dominated by one party, most of the time. Earlier, for some 50-60 years, it was Congress. Only Congress government was elected. Majority people elected in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha belong to Congress party. Now it is the other way around. Now we have then mostly BJP and BJP supporters. Earlier it was Congress and Congress supporters. So today it is BJP supporters. So what, since one party dominates in parliament and that party only elects the prime minister, they were worried that if only parliament is given the right to nominate or elect the president, then it will be like the prime minister's post. The dominating party will elect their member. One person they will elect as prime minister, one person from BJP will be elected as president. See, in center we have BJP, but different states have different parties. What happens because of this electoral college? The president who's elected becomes the true representative of the entire country. Because even though the states are ruled by different parties, those members, the state legislative assemblies also have to vote for that particular person. Vote for any person. Whoever gets maximum votes will become the president. कुछ समझा?
One single transferable vote.
Single transferable vote?
System आपने नहीं.
Single transferable vote means
50 majority हुए था.
ये manner of election है नहीं. You only have composition of electoral college here. See, it is written, no? This part is for information only. Single transferable vote means one person has one vote. So that is called as single transferable vote. That one person, one vote is known as the election system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. And it is you know one thing, the Rajya Sabha members are elected according to the constitution, according to the population. It's not that all states have same number of members going to Rajya Sabha. I hope you know that. Have you done that? See the 250. Sorry? The state which has maximum population. So which state has maximum population? UP. So you have some, if I'm not wrong,
Very passionate about
one minute, it is no, trying to check exact number. In previous lessons, they have given the exact number. See the state, from the state of Maharashtra, we have 40, and from the state of UP, we have some 78 or something.
From the state of
Yes.
Uttar Pradesh, we have Rajya Sabha 31 and Lok Sabha 80. Maharashtra, Rajya Sabha 19 and Lok Sabha 40.
Yes. So here, 1 minute. See, from the highest is, I think, UP. It is Lok Sabha members. 1 minute. Lok Sabha, 80 people go from UP, and in Rajya Sabha 31. And if you see from Maharashtra, it is 48 and 19. So it depends on the population. The larger the population, the more the representatives.
And this state is like population.
Yes. Therefore, you will find that we have to keep UP happy, because maximum representatives in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are from UP. And therefore, whoever they vote, if they vote together, then definitely their number of votes are higher.
And that's why Rama is from.
Most probably the next one, the nominations that have come in that, the next one is also from UP. Most probably. No, it's from UP. He's from UP. The Murmu is also from UP, Santhal. She belongs to Santhal community, that is Bihar.
And by Santhal meant that British also.
Yes. Okay, so that is single transferable vote, means according to your so from Maharashtra there will be what 31, whatever the number is, that many members will vote for this election, and one person has one vote. Single transferable vote है, उसमें डिटेल में मत जाना, डिटेल में है नहीं. सिर्फ वो one reference है single transferable. 2 points you remember for indirect elections. We have indirect elections. What is the first point? That's right. If the president is elected directly, it can become the rival center of power. And second one, that if in parliament, one party usually has domination, then that party only elects the prime minister. If only parliament was given the right to elect president, then he would have, that dominant party would have only elected the president. So prime minister and president would have been from the same party. To avoid that, they formed this electoral college, so that even the states can have their say in electing the head of the country. So all the states, wherever, like in Maharashtra, we have a different party ruling. It's not BJP. In Kerala, you have different party. In Tamil Nadu, the party is different. In Bengal, it's a different party. In Punjab, it's a different party. Rajasthan. So there are states where you have different parties other than BJP, which is dominating in parliament. So all these people get a chance to elect the president. Now when let's say if the president is elected, who gives him the oath? The oath is given by the Chief Justice of India. No. It's not. It's the president takes oath before joining the office. The president takes oath. Who gives him the oath? The Chief Justice of India. Who's the Chief Justice? Is the head of the judge.
Government has many aspects under the president's oath. So if the president wants to tell them that
Sorry. Please sit properly.
Government has bought many assets, financial assets under the president's seat. If suppose the president wants to sell them, then
No, he cannot sell anything. He does not own anything. So he is only there for a term of 5 years. Okay. So let's say he becomes the president, he cannot sell anything for that matter. Constitutional, he is only constitutional head. He cannot do anything on his own. Only the actual powerful post is the post of a prime minister. Nobody sells them anything. If they want to sell, they have to discuss it first in the parliament. And if they approve, if the parliament approves, then it will be, the decision will be taken. So if it's a government thing, anything related to government, the parliament decides. Everything has to be sanctioned by the parliament. And president only signs. It is called a titular head. That is means he has the title head, not the real powers of the head. So remember, president, the oath is given by the Chief Justice of India. What is the term of the president? 5 years. Everybody's term is 5 years. What if for some reason he does not want to continue? Does he have the right to resign? Yes. He has the right to resign. He gives the resignation, he hands it over to the vice president. And then the vice president gives it to the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Payal. can resign. But what if they think that this president is acting against the constitution?
Where?
Can they remove him? Can people remove him?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No post is permanent. No post is you. It's not that this post cannot be taken away. Yes. Even the president, if the members feel that he is acting against the constitution, his behavior is against the constitution, then he can be removed from his post. This process is known as impeachment. No. See, most of our presidents have been dignified people throughout. So no president so far has gone through this impeachment process. So now what is this? What is this impeachment process? So violation of the reason will be only violation of constitution. If they think that he has violated the constitution, then the resolution has to be moved by a notice of 1/4, at least 1/4 members of the house have to give the resolution that we want to impeach the president. Let's say Lok Sabha members. So Lok Sabha 1/4 of the members must sign and give that we don't trust, he has violated the constitution and we want to impeach him. Then it is discussed. Yes. If the process is started if the resolution is given in Lok Sabha, then Rajya Sabha will conduct the investigation. If the proposal resolution is given in Rajya Sabha, then Lok Sabha will conduct the investigation. Even the president is allowed to be present. And then the investigation is conducted. If they think that yes, this president has been doing the wrong things, only violated the constitution, only and only if he's violated the constitution, then the resolution has to be passed by not less than 2/3 of majority. Usually it is 1/3, here 2/3. Okay, so it's more. Out of 250,
Less charges.
2/3 of people should support or vote against the president. So it's more, 2/3 is more, no? 50-50 से भी ज़्यादा है 2/3. So maximum people should go because he is the head of the state, president, and he is removed from his post. Why? Because he's done mostly the constitutional violation will be if he starts interfering in the government's work. If he is interferes in the government's work, then it is considered violation of the constitution.
If a law has to be and the papers are said to sign and it does not sign.
Last time I had told this. Say Lok Sabha, a law is discussed. We did not say discuss this. His question is if law they pass a bill and they send it to the president. If the president does not sign, then still it turns into a law. So it happens this way. The Lok Sabha, suppose the bill is proposed, the Lok Sabha discusses the bill. The Lok Sabha passes the bill. It goes to the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha discusses the bill, passes the bill. After both the houses pass the bill goes to the president. Now, president does somehow suppose things that there are some features which he does not approve of. Then he has to make some correction. He has to give his recommendations, why he does not like. And he can send it back. Once he sends it back, Lok Sabha again discusses whatever he has suggested. Then it goes to Rajya Sabha. You know what? You should have stayed at home. The bill goes to Rajya Sabha. Again, this has happened second time with his consideration. But suppose both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha do not take into consideration his considerations again. They read it, but they say no, we don't want. This is not the right thing. And again the same bill goes to the president. Then president has no choice but to sign.
Ma'am, this opposite question was there. The president does not give his consent to a bill. What happens? The bill is sent to both the houses back for reconsideration.
First time.
Yeah.
First time it is
Yeah,
sent,
first time.
but second time he cannot reject.
Obviously, कितना टाइम लगता है पूरा?
ये सब होने में definitely 3-4 months. See, any bill emergency is then the discussions go on and 2-3 days or 5 days depending on the how important the bill is. But otherwise the discussion each session एक पूरा session तो लगता है because यहाँ पे पास होगा फिर वहाँ से पास होगा फिर discussions होंगे. So and it depends on how controversial the bill is. The more the discussion, the longer the time. The less the discussion, the quicker it is. But every bill is passed with thorough discussion to avoid the problems. See that education bill, national education policy, that is been discussed and going on for past 7 years.
What? National education.
National education
What
policy.
is that now? What policy?
National-
They were saying that the 10 boards should be.
Yeah, national education policy, they want to revamp, they want to change the entire education.
Please.
अरे 12th होगा हो क्या काम?
So they are saying that they are going to implement from 2022. So that is so what I discussed. Okay, what are the powers of the president? Do we have time? Quickly, powers of the president. President makes all the appointments. All the appointments are made in his name. That is the executive power. In executive power, remember all the appointments. Which appointments? Prime Minister, Council of Ministers. All these appointments are made by the president. Like he gives the oath. The appointments are signed by him. The judges of the High Court and the Supreme Court. The governors of the state. The lieutenant governors of the जो जॉब प्रेसिडेंट का नेशन में है वो गवर्नर का स्टेट में है more or less वैसे ही है लेकिन yeah in Maharashtra there is tension between the government and the governor but yes that is the role mostly a titular role they are the head but the main power is in state it's in the hands of chief minister there it's in the hands of prime minister the union territories the union governments they also work in president's name attorney general of India is appointed by him then he has many diplomatic powers so the ambassadors to different countries are appointed by him. When these ambassadors come to India, they are received by him. Sorry? You think the head of the state, the head of India will go to receive them at the airport? Receive the ambassador or receive means when any foreign official, any foreign ambassador he comes, he has to go and meet the president. So when somebody comes to your house, you welcome them, you give them good lunch, you give them you entertain them. So the president is that. See when you go to maybe your native place, you always go and meet the senior members. So that's how it is. When you come to India, you always meet the senior member. Ambassador is the representative of that country. So if you go to, so he is the senior member of the first citizen. It's called the first citizen of India. the first citizen of India. So everybody comes, ambassadors. So he receives them. Like, he does not go to receive them. That's an insult. That would be our biggest honor for anyone.
Can we meet?
Do you have good contacts? You have to have good.
But people say that we can.
You can go in the presidential house. Part of it is open. You have to have, I've heard you need a pass for it. Apparently, it's one of very, very beautiful. It's very well maintained and it's very beautifully
It's
kept.
most
But
costliest-
part of it is open for the viewers. President won't come and meet everyone. But if you, he's not the king, so lawn में बैठ के देखते रहते हैं.
Prime Minister.
Prime Ministers are extremely busy.
And but when they are working for the
they are
people of
doing
country, they should meet them. Maybe single.
See, nowadays, see, meeting, I don't know. See, for meeting the principal also, you need to take appointment. Okay. So, or for meeting any official, you need an appointment. So, it is not impossible to meet the Prime Minister, provided you know the contacts and whom to go and whom to take the, advice, concession from. Nowadays, you have president is available, Prime Minister is available on Google. You have, sorry, not Google, Twitter. He has a Twitter account. So,
Last from 7 years.
yeah, so you can not Google, Twitter. He has his own Twitter account. We don't know whether he handles it. Definitely, he may not be handling it. He must be having people to handle it. But you can check whether it is possible to meet him.
Okay.
All the treaties, international agreements are signed by him, concluded in his name. And he also represents India in the international conferences. I just take a break here and we'll mark some of the answers. These are very, very easy. You all will know it in, but we already know it that. Go. I go to row wise. First, tell the first answer. That's what I'm saying. It's a very easy. That question is easy. Then read the question.
The head of state and the
Yes. Then the second one. Chief Justice of India. Third one.
5 years.
Term of office. Fourth one. What do we call the official process by which a president may be removed from his office? Yes, I asked you.
Procedure for impeachment of.
Yes, the process is known as impeachment. How can the president vacate his office? By resigning. Whom will he give the resignation? Vice President. To the Vice President. And the Vice President will then hand it over to the Speaker. He hands over the resignation to the Vice President. On what grounds can the President of India be removed from?
Can be removed by impeachment on violation of institution by a resolution passed by both houses after proving the charges.
Violation of the Constitution.
Constitution का वो parliament में होता है क्या president
Constitution का book हर जगह होता है. Everybody studies. Original must be in the museum. Rashtrapati Bhavan probably, or in the museum. 7. Okay, right. That is the address. So I don't know. It must be in the museum. The original one. That is that they are building.
7 answers.
Next.
6 answers.
7th one. Mention the occasion when the president addresses both the houses of parliament assembled together. Yes, when? Any idea? No, I did not tell this.
There is a deadlock.
Mention the occasion when the president addresses both the houses of parliament assembled together. One is
Joint session.
joint session if there is a deadlock, or
If there is a
Emergency.
Deadlock.
Public importance.
मैं बोलूं. See, one is they address the house of together during the first session after every general election. First session after every general election. General election, new parliament, first session, the president addresses.
Last.
Last तुम्हारा first session after
every general.
each general election, every general election.
There. Only this time.
And then if there is disagreement in between two houses, then
Deadlock.
okay, deadlock.
Deadlock.
Or if there is a disagreement between the two, if deadlock or the disagreement between two
Deadlock.
houses, then a joint meeting is called. That time. Now, Vice President will not be able to complete. Vice President and that other part that is remaining, that will do next time.
Powers बहुत सारे. मैम powers कम ही पढ़ने होंगे ना बड़ी.
See, in powers, no.
समझ लेना.
No, in powers, you will study powers from this year. They have given it in short.
हाँ, but in the last chapter it was like something like say 4 पढ़ना था वैसे.
So here maybe external powers 3 पढ़ना है. Learn the powers from this. Here they have given it in short. Read this. So these are basically to the point. So learn the powers from here. He has different powers. First, he nominates all the heads, and that is his executive power. Diplomatic power is when he appoints and receives the ambassadors. Legislative powers is he has the right to dissolve Lok Sabha. Can he take that decision on his own? Actually, no. It is on the advice of the Prime Minister. He addresses the parliament, a joint session after every general election, the first session after every general election. He also nominates those 12 members. Again, does he on his own make those appointments? No. Prime Minister, the Council of Ministers, they suggest and he nominates. So these are only not real powers. Assent to the bills, same thing that I explained. A bill, if it is sent to the President, if he rejects it, then and he sends it back to the Parliament, it is not obligatory to the Parliament to consider his suggestions. They cannot consider, and without considering, if they send the bill back, he has no other choice but to pass it, but to sign it. No bill will become a law unless the President signs it. Okay. See, there is one common question that is asked. I'll dictate that answer. The question is, I'll write the question, you'll realize there are 2-3 questions which will have similar answer. So that is one such question. And the question is, why is it said that the President of India, you don't have a direct answer in the text for this. Why is it said that the President of India is only a nominal head? Is only a nominal head. That's the last question in your textbook. No, because some questions are different in your textbook and my textbook. There.
Why is it that the president was said?
Why is the president of India referred to as a nominal? What? Only a nominal head. First point is the president is referred. The president is referred to. No book, no textbook, no need of writing, no studying. Now, do you even know what you are writing the answer for? Do you have the notebook? Then why don't you write in the notebook? The president is referred to as the nominal head of the state because India follows a parliamentary system of government. India follows a parliamentary system of government wherein president is not the real head, not the real head of the executive. Of the executive. Next point. The real power is exercised by दो point.
और जो है या लास्ट
नहीं और दो.
4 points.
The real power is exercised by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The two legislative powers, third point, yes. Two legislative powers of the president, which suggest his nominal status are, which two legislative powers of the president which suggest his nominal status are, first, here the sub point. According to the constitution,
nominal
status are, first one in that. According to the constitution, the president is required to exercise. According to the constitution, the president is required to exercise his power on the advice of
the president is
required to exercise his power on the advice of the Council of Ministers. And second point here, all proclamations of emergency made by the president have to be approved by the parliament.
all all क्या
मैं बाद में कहती हूँ.
All proclamations of emergency made by the president have to be approved by the parliament within 1 month.
the proclamations of emergency
Made by the president.
हम अब आगे बोलो इसका बाद में.
President have to be approved by the parliament within 1 month. If it is not, then it ceases to exist. then it ceases to exist.
देना
पॉइंट है ना
नहीं
वहां पे 4.2
4 हो गए ना 3 और 3 के 2 सब पॉइंट्स हाँ वही
अरे मिला देखो
no it not it ceases to exist sorry
I know, why don't you write in the notebook? How will you learn this?
Delimiter में लगाएगा
then it ceases to exist.
What is your question number 2A? Just see. Because that will have the same answer.
any three of this or
Question, what is your question number 2A? Just see if it is same. Sorry. Yeah.
एक कुछ बजाना है बहुत सारा
Bye.
और डाल जा तू लोग के इनको ना लिखने वाला अरे YouTube पे जा अरे मार्क्स आया अरे ये लोग
Shade
इसको